These alarm clocks kept going off all night long, and we woke up exhausted from listening to roosters crowing. But the morning on the beach was beautiful. The surf was down, and when it's down, the water's about a half-inch deep, and you can walk out there, and it's like a mirror. It's just amazing. Gary and Megan discovered these nets that were anchored out in the surf so that when low tide came, you could see the nets, but they're so twisted up, I don't think they really work. This road is really bumpy, so the camera's bouncing all over the place, but this plantation is a bunch of palm trees, miles and miles of palm trees that they make palm oil out of. We are leaving the palm plantations and starting up into the foothills towards our destination. We have arrived. Let's see if it lives up to its reputation and the advertising. We are getting geared up and getting ready to hop on our horses. Everything's ready to go. We just have to figure out which horse we're going to ride. Off we go. We're on our horses and we're on our way, starting up the very first hill. So let's see how we do. See if we get bucked off or if we see anything really cool along the trail here. These horses are a little skinny, but I guess they do the job. He's trying to fatten them up. He knows about the nutrition problem of the locals. These horses are pretty well trained. They know the trail, so that makes it fairly easy for us to move in the right direction, even without experience. This is our first rest stop. He's built a really nice little shade area up there, and the horses are going to graze, and we have a great view out over the rainforest all the way down to the ocean in the distance. There you see the ocean way out there, and you see how lush and green this forest is. Definitely produces a lot of oxygen. Nevertheless, it's a jungle out there, and if you actually want to make it productive land, you have to do what Marcus has been doing and cutting down certain trees and knowing which ones to keep and which ones not to keep. So he's been learning a lot. He's owned this property for about 3 years. This is called Kissing Lips. Can you tell why it's called Kissing Lips? Isn't that cool? Cool flower. There's a lot of cool things out here. So we're just about ready to get back on our horses. We're going to be stopping here. We found a red banana tree where we're resting our horses, and now we're walking on foot down along this river, which is the border of the 100-acre property that Marcus purchased for $400,000 just 3 years ago. There's Marcus and Gary and Sherry, and we're just ready to go down along that trail. But we found a frog, and I got my camera almost touching him before he finally jumped off the little log. He was pretending to not be seen. There he is. So now we're going down along this river, and where Gary's standing, you can see a swimming pool where Megan's getting ready to jump in. The rock comes across the stream there, and it literally forms a perfect swimming pool. Now Gary wants to be daring. I tried to do that, but the rocks were so slippery I couldn't walk up them. And so I gave that idea up, but Gary's going to jump into this beautiful pool, and It's so hot and humid. This water is refreshing, feels great. Every chance you have to get in the water, go for it. Even the dogs jumped in and cooled themselves off. Pura Vida, Gary! That waterfall was fun. Now we're on our way back to the starting point, and the horses, of course, know that they're getting close to home, so the closer they get, the faster they want to go. You have to hold them back a little bit.
It doesn't look like a happy horse.
Where'd Megan go?
I know this horse wants.
Now we're trotting a little bit. Well, we're looking for Megan. Back at the ranch, they gave us a tour to show us all the improvements that Marcus has made. This table out of one long slab of wood, that was beautiful, that was amazing. And he just put this brand new swimming pool in, and we got to eat star fruit off his trees. That star fruit was delicious. You just eat the whole thing, skin and all, it just melts in your mouth. This cacao or cocoa bean fruit really tasted good. Now we'll take a look. Here's one of the houses that he's built for other tourists to sleep in. And he has sheep, and he's been growing grass, and he's curing his lumber here. And he has he's harvesting the lumber, and he has a wood shop here where they're using it. They're building things. They have all kinds of different fruit on difference that are just bizarre. And he's learning about that. This is a mango tree that's right by his house. And now we're getting ready to go back into Quepos, past the plantations, and we're going to go to this little secret cove right there. So now we're headed down there. And of course we're hiking, and as we hike along we take pictures and found property for sale. And everybody has a view of the ocean around here, and poor people, rich people, they all have this spectacular view of the ocean. Isn't that amazing? So we're looking for a secret trail that's going to lead us down to the ocean. We found beautiful flowers along the way, and we also found this amazing property with ocean views that has great potential. As we hiked along this road, we passed some pretty nice resorts, and then we found the trail right here leading down to the ocean. Wow, these plants have their defense systems in place. Don't climb up them. But we found this beautiful little cove with no surf. So the water was nice and clear and warm, and we were able to get refreshed, and then we had to hike back up the trail and catch a taxi and then a bus and head on back into Quepos to find a restaurant and get ready to head back to our Airbnb. When we got back into Quepos, we discovered that everybody was cheering for me. They wanted to elect me. Kim 2020, signs all over the place. It's pretty amazing. We got to Quepos and discovered they were having a farmer's market, so we were able to look at all the different kinds of fruits and vegetables and how much they cost for the local people here. We bought some oranges, green ones, and they're really juicy. So we enjoyed those, and we had a coconut. We bought a ripe pineapple, and I was looking at these potatoes. They're really small, but they taste real good. Then we went and found a restaurant And after we ate, we headed back to our Airbnb at Miguel's surf camp. We crossed the ferry. Crossing the ferry is always an interesting experience. And we enter that third world country and head down to Miguel's surf camp in our 2-story deluxe cabina and enjoy a beautiful sunset. And that wraps up this day, day number 5.